So they're docked?
Soft dock. Hard capture's coming up any second now.
Cool.
Really cool for their families to watch.
It feels so awesome out here.
Right.
We have a breeze, we have low humidity, we have cooler temperatures. It's so refreshing.
That's right. It's perfect out here. It's a nice breeze. I'm going to restack my wood pile today. Oh joy.
Well, being a camera person and a videographer, I totally get having to make sure you don't miss the shot and all your equipment is just right. I feel sorry for the guy doing all this setup work though, because that one camera is right in the middle of everything he's needing to do today. Don could understand where he's coming from. Well, before I pull Ruby out, I'm gonna blow the parking pad up here again. There's all kind of leaf debris down. It just keeps the floor in the garage and the house cleaner if I keep up with it. I'm super excited how my hydrangea looks. The little pink one too. Every day right now it just looks better and better. I'm out of breath. I walked the whole driveway and blew it, and then the little walkway from the steps that are alongside the driveway, I went down and I pulled a bunch of honeysuckle and that nasty grass, and I didn't quite do all of it, but I did a lot of it. Probably a second pass and it'll be looking the way it should again. It just, I love nature, but in some ways trying to have a yard that's not 100% natural, it's a lot of fighting nature. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go down to the environmental park and do my pogo. Don's main thing today is clean up under the carport, put stuff away, stack his wood out behind the garage, leftover stuff, and I'll help with that some as needed too, of course. I know, I spend a lot of time blowing the driveway, but A, it's good exercise for me walking out there, carrying the blower, etc. And, you know, hey, at least it's not a gas-powered motor. Well, it's the typical Sunday crowd here. There's 6 cars in Ruby. Ruby says it's 73 out. Like I said, it's just gorgeous today. Very enjoyable for human beings and their best friends. It sure is nice to have this beautiful day to do our outside stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's like, God, I want to be out here today.
I agree. When in the hell have I ever done anything that my girls said, well, it needs to be level?
Well, I just thought you were going to level the dirt. I didn't know you were going to be...
I'm done with dirt.
I didn't know you were going to be fancy about it.
No more dirt. No dirt.
So he built a little box, and then he's going to put either a stone or another piece of wood on top of it. And I had this urn-shaped pot that was over in the yard behind my fancy chair, and it matches the 2 maple pots. It's just a different shape. It was bought last year also, and I think, you know, I tend to be eclectic with my pots. It's too hard to make everything match, so if you don't try to match it all, then it looks okay. It's only when everything matches perfectly and then you have something that doesn't match that it's obvious. Well, Don did his usual excellent job. You can see the little wooden frame on the bottom and then the stone raised and nice and level. I probably will put something else in here besides this volunteer painter's brush and the piece of coleus. But I don't have anything else to put in it today, so that's good for now. I bought this fountain at Guardian Angel a year or 2 ago and had not put it out, and today was the day. It's here near the end of the boardwalk and near the new pot. Tux came to check things out, didn't you, buddy? I'm liking it. I have one more upstairs. I'm thinking about putting it out too. I am short a fountain pump. They're not expensive. I ought to be able to order one off Amazon. This one came from Guardian Angel. It has the tubing but no pump. Mr. Blue Jay better watch himself over there. What you think, Tux? What you think? He goes, I think I need more loving. So Don stored his treated lumber here for a while. Yeah. Mostly, I guess, since I moved over in 13 and we had, you know, stuff we brought from my house. Yeah. And it's always just had a tarp laid on it, but he decided you know, it'd just be more efficient if we did the tent. So he's put the tarp up like a tent today instead of just putting it flat on there. Well,
I'm hoping A, the water will run off easier, because that's not the best tarp. It's got a lot of holes in it. Right. And B, that the leaves
will not gather
as bad. And so, plus there'll be plenty of air. So even if it gets a little damp, I mean, after all, it is all pressure treated. So even if it gets a little damp, it won't be saturated type wet.
And I got this dog house for free, and it serves as a potential cat refuge. Right. All right, we talked, and it wasn't a big deal for him to put the dog house further under. See, all the dog houses have these vent holes on the back, and they basically, they get water in them. So they almost always need to be under some sort of a tarp, especially if a real dog is trying to take shelter in it. But anyway, that ought to give Slate something to play in. Hi. So Don did get everything stowed over here. The box that's on the hand truck is headed to the dump the next time we go. He wanted me to be able to park Ruby over here when we're pulling her out of the garage, so she's not out in the sun. Cabin overheat protection, all of that stuff. Over here in the shade, she would stay a lot cooler. So Don's got the news on in there. I needed to take a break from it. I put out this second green gazing globe today. I don't know if I talked about that earlier or not. I got my coleus, the new piece that I bought at Home Depot, planted in this pot over here. This is where the pot that we moved down by the boardwalk, by the driveway, was sitting. So I had basically swapped them. This one's ready to have something put in it. Hey, buddy. He goes, Mama, you're out here. I come in where you are. I did go ahead and order a fountain pump. They're not very expensive. It was $11 and something. To put over here on this fountain, so it's supposed to be here Tuesday. That won't take me long to hook that up and get it running. I moved my little girl that was reading. I just moved her over a little bit from where she was. Johnny came home and he was excited to see the little fountain going over here. I got chicken wings in the oven, really yummy chicken wings. Well, it sounded like somebody just set off a little tiny firework over there. Hey, Gray. Hey, Gray. Hi, honey. It's chicken wing night at our house.